For me, it's very important to get out in the morning, get some fresh air and some physical activity. It helps me do a few things. One is, it helps me to reflect on the previous day. It just gives me some time for myself while I'm running to be able to reflect on the previous day in terms of what's happened and how things have gone. It also is a time when I can actually plan the whole day in terms of what are the big things that I'm going to do today? What do I want to achieve out of the day today? What are the different meetings? What are the engagements I'm going to have? So it helps me to just kind of play my day in front and then be able to organize myself around it. But the third and probably one of the most important things is that it gives me a good adrenaline rush. It gets my juices pumping. Today is it's a pretty busy day, which I guess is for most people in Nokia. I can at least recall that I have got a portfolio decision team board meeting, which is about how do we take a new portfolio into a partnering unit. I have a meeting with the customer team here to talk to them about partnering and what we're trying to do. I have a meeting with one of our key partners, Cisco. We're going to have lunch with them because we just right now are trying to stitch up a very big deal that we want to work with them on. I have a coaching session with one of my team members, and we have a remote call with my entire global team. Hey, morning. Morning. Partnering was set up to be able to get new sources of revenue for Nokia. It's like a startup within this large organization that we have. Everyone who's joined this endeavor that we have now is very excited. It's not often that we in our careers get to actually be part of a startup without actually joining one. So it's a very unique opportunity. So everyone who's joined it knows that, and they're all here in this mission to want to make a difference. The important thing now is to be able to bring a partner ecosystem together, have the competence that we develop from an SI piece, and put all of that together to come up with the right solutions. I have lots of conversations with my team, and there are lots of picky situations and quite tough questions that we keep asking each other. But one of the things that I keep getting asked quite a lot is, what is the next change going to be? And when is that going to happen? While it's not something that we can actually predict, I would, and I keep telling my team that let us be the change. Let us go create the change. That's why we are together as a team. That's what we've got to come every day to work for. And that's what we want to do. I've scheduled a series of 1-in-90s with my entire team to be able to discuss the strategy of partnering, to discuss the expectations from the company and from me, and to understand their needs and how we can actually together align ourselves and go and win together. The first one of them is going to happen right now. Inspiration for me is, not hard to come in Nokia. That's what's kept me working in this company for so long. I think as a company, it's one of the best companies that you could ever work for. The values, the people, the culture, the environment, all of that, it almost looks like they've been fostered and they've been made to help people to just do their best and give their best. And that's inspiration enough for anybody who can just tap into that. It's a unique environment, and people, I think, who come from outside and who are here realize that it is something very special. In teams today, mature teams as we have, teams of high-performing, superstars that we have across the company in every geography, it is not as much as telling people what to do, as to not only guide them, but to support them. As an example, I would, And I've made that very clear to my team, and I made it clear to everybody. I'm willing to roll up my sleeves and fill in for anybody or for any support that anyone needs, any time of the day, for any kind of situation. And the way we would add the portfolios is two ways. One is through the partner business unit and conversations that we have with the partners, or when we look out and see what is happening around in the market. The other dimension of how we add portfolio is when we hear from the customer teams and people like yourselves. I went into this meeting with an objective of challenging the team and also trying to see if there was any value that we were missing in the deal that we were articulating to our customer. I initially noticed that our team was almost resigned to the fact that they thought there would be two vendors. That got my alarm bells a little bit up, antennas up, and alarm bells ringing. And so I started probing the team around. Do we really think that the customer would go for two vendors? Do we not have an opportunity to just be the single vendor with this deal? There you go. In a high-performance environment like Nokia, we have a lot of passionate people. Well, I think everybody in Nokia is very passionate and have a lot of emotions. And when they come into a meeting, they have their individual priorities that they believe very strongly, and they bring it into the meeting. That can lead to potential conflict when multiple people have different individual priorities. I think it's important for the leader and the convener of the meeting to be able to step back and think of the larger Nokia priorities that are there and be able to articulate that to the team and bring in a consensus around the team to be able to look at that larger vision and align the team towards that. Coming back home in the evening and looking back at the day, I must say that I'm feeling very satisfied with the fact that we've achieved nearly all the outcomes that we set ourselves out to do during the day. I come in every day evening and I try to spend some time with my family. I try to keep weekends to really spend time, and then apart from that to take some vacations and go visit places and just see if we can just spend quality time with my family.